First, we are going to talk about our non-compete clause or restrictive covenant or non-solicitation agreement, that little bit of our contracts. Now, this will roll out in the second week of August, where everybody will receive some sort of communication about this. A few of you will just get a letter saying no changes are necessary, but between 90 and 95% of you will get a letter saying, there's or communication at least, that change is necessary if you choose it. Now, the split here is August 2023. If you were hired before that, then you have a more cumbersome, more restrictive clause in your contract, which is 50 miles from your primary location of practice and 3 years as far as a restrictive covenant. And since then, there's less restrictive terms, which is 25 miles from your primary site of practice and 2 years if you have a panel, like if you're working in clinic, a patient panel, and 10 miles from your primary place of practice and 2 years if you don't have a panel, if you are primarily a hospital provider. So the goal here is to switch everybody over from that 50 miles, 3 years version to the less restrictive version. And this is really to make everybody line up with what's being done in the industry and make our contracts more competitive in general compared to other hospitals. The clause or the switch will also include a provision so that if any federal law is passed in the future that is less restrictive than the terms that we are changing to, then our contracts will automatically default to that less restrictive version that was passed. If it's more restrictive, then it will remain the same so that we are always guaranteed that less restrictive language. So the why is important too, and really I already went over it. It's to be competitive in the industry, but there was a recent FTC ruling that was passed, and some folks will say, well, is it because of that? And that FTC ruling banning restrictive covenants does not apply to not-for-profits. So it doesn't even apply to our contracts. So this is not in response to that. It's just simply to make our contracts more competitive in the industry, and because it's the right thing to do. So that FTC ruling doesn't affect us at all. But the switch in the contracts does. So you'll get that communication, and if you want to take advantage of that, you'll have 2 weeks to decide, and it's just a DocuSign. So that is that. Just email me if you have any questions about that, and I'll if I don't know the answer, I'll get it for you.